Over the past few months, our roads have been quieter than usual, much quieter. Numbers prove it. CDOT says traffic volumes were reduced by about 50%. That allowed more space and sunlight for the men and women working on big road projects around the state. Let's take a tour, shall we? Let's start with C470. That's where CDOT is building express lanes that should be completed by the summer. They say crews have been able to work faster and safer because low traffic volumes have allowed lane closures during the day. And those types of daytime closures have been helpful for the I-25 GAP project too. CDOT says warmer temperatures are more conducive to paving, so when things got chilly over the past few months, it was helpful to be able to work with the sun up. As more cars get on the road, CDOT will only close lanes during the day when it makes sense. This project is still on schedule to be completed in 2022. Finally, the Central 70 project. CDOT says since the end of March, they've paved more than they're used to and completed other roadway work that would have taken a lot longer. Why? You guessed it. Daytime lane closures. This one's also expected to be finished in 2 years. So things are looking good out there. Advancements have been made. Too early to tell, though, whether this progress will dramatically impact project end dates.
CDOT did tell us they were able to complete paving on Highway 36 100 days ahead of schedule, which is obviously some pretty great news for anybody who travels on that highway for your morning commute or whatever you need to do this morning. So we have a lot more information, Corey, on all of these projects on our website, 9news.com.
That is an awesome update, and I have been so curious about construction crews through that time as well. So we really appreciate it, Liz.